Hello and welcome to ARK, the complete series. Before we get started with this episode, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Iggy. This is my Patron wall of fame. It's my way of saying thank you to anybody who chooses to sponsor this channel. You can do that through my Patreon link, which is in the description of these videos. There's also an option for a one-off payment through PayPal, but this is my way of remembering people who are making contributions to this channel to help support it. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Iggy. I'm trying to be a bit careful here. You can never be too careful where I'm at, because we are over at the Wyvern Trench. So, right over on the west hand side of the map, we're at about 50-15, and we've got wyverns flying around. There'll be a lot more of them in there, and I'm pretty sure last time I was over here there was an alpha one up there somewhere. I mean, the normal ones are bad enough, but the alpha ones, well, yay. But yeah, I mean, although we don't actually need any of these to be able to defeat the Manticore and get off Scorched Earth and go over to Aberration, I want one. I need one. I've decided I do need one. The trick is how to get one, because the first one's always the hardest. Once you've got a decent wyvern, you can actually just come back here and fight the wyverns with your own wyvern. Basically, it's getting you that first one is the hardest. I mean, there's different ones in here. There's the ones that do lightning attacks, ones that do fire breaths, one that does a poison attack. But either way, I mean, I want a high-level wyvern. So there's going to be eggs dotted around in various nests. The actual Wyvern Trench runs for quite a distance. And we've got to be able to get in there and get out with an egg, because it's not a passive tame, it's not a knockout tame, you've just got to steal an egg. So we'll probably have to clear quite a few eggs out before eventually we'll get a high-level wyvern that lays a high-level egg. And then we're on to a winner. Except you then need to be able to feed it, which means you need wyvern milk. You need to be able to imprint it, which sometimes it asks for wyvern milk. Usually it's like cuddles and walks, but either way you need the wyvern milk. So it's a case of we need a bit of a strategy here, so at least we can get started. The plan is I need to be able to get rid of these wyverns. Basically, there's no way, as I say, I'm going in there with like rainbow. I'm going to have to find something else as my wyvern fodder. But what I want to do is I want to build myself a fortification. This place here is quite good. I like this place because, I mean, we've got this kind of like bridge area that runs through the mountain areas there. But I like to build a fortification out here. Sort of like a building within a building, because I want to hunker down there, cower, poop my pants while there's wyverns flying around me and the turrets shoot them down, basically. And I mean, you're talking about lightning attacks, fire attacks and all sorts. So I like to basically just run away and hide and pray that these things don't eat me, basically. But that's the first plan, is to get that bit of place built. So that gives me something that I can protect myself and also use to my advantage to take these wyverns down. I also want to build an actual trap, because to get the wyvern milk we've got to knock out a female. Ideally we'll want a low level female, easier to knock out, quicker. We'll steal her milk, and then we can use that for actually raising our own wyvern. No great rush, because obviously we've got to find an egg first, but yeah, you've always got to start somewhere. So the plan is we'll get our fortification up here. Over here is relatively flat. I want it reasonably close. I want both of these things reasonably close to the trench, because you can't get too far quickly, because as I say, these things they're pretty brutal. They're really fast as well. So it's a case of you want to be able to just aggro them, run away as quickly as possible, get them to where you need them to go as soon as you possibly can. So yeah, that means a lot more grinding, a lot more building. But we've got to start somewhere. Let's get started. Right then, so after a lot of grinding and building, we've finally got ourselves well, I said it was going to be a fortification. It doesn't really look like much, to be honest. It's just a box. It's basically there's a box with a bed and a storage cupboard. Exactly. It's not exactly much to look at, I must admit. But I am so paranoid about these wyverns, to be honest, that this is actually a box within a box. That's right. Man, I just don't. I don't have that much faith in even this sort of thing being able to keep out like poison, fire breath, and electric attack. So it's a box within a box. So the idea is, just grab Rainbow here. They'll get out themselves outside. That's the wonders of S+. It opens the doors and it shuts the doors. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. If these were all vanilla structures, I would just shut the door once I got in. But yeah, the plan is I've got all these spike walls around the top, so that if a wyvern comes in this direction after it's chasing me, it'll start attacking the structure probably, and it'll be banging against the actual spike walls. But we've got the turrets on the roof here anyway, so they're all powered off this wind turbine. So I've got a wind turbine out the back. I put 4 turrets down, seems probably enough, to be honest. And these are the S+ ones, so what I like about this is it gives me options. So by default I think it's set to medium distance, player versus, well, it's player and tame, so it goes after other players and their tames, but in this case we're trying to take wyverns down, so I've got it set to wild only. And then I've selected all the individual types of wyverns that you'll find on this map. And I've changed this, by default it's set to exclusion, so you exclude certain things. In my case I only want those specific ones, so I've set to inclusion. And I've done that for all 4 of them. I don't know why, it's a weird feature I find about the electricity, but once I put the turbine down, along with an outlet box, these 2 spun up and they started getting power, but these 2 didn't for some strange reason. So I had to pick them back up and then pop them back down again. So then I went off, I got myself a load of bullets, made about a couple of thousand of these, came back and realised, it takes advanced bullets, so I made a couple of thousand of those ones instead. So anyway, came all the way back over here, then it dawned on me, well, I still need to build the actual taming pen. Well, it's not a taming pen as such, it's just basically somewhere to trap a wyvern so that we can steal the female's milk. So, to be honest, there's not that much of a rush to do that until we actually get an egg in the first place. I've got a plan in mind. There's one trap I've been using for a long time, and I do like it because it works basically. There was a lot of traps going around at the time where, I mean, there was some really sophisticated ones where you'd have these big traps. You'd lure the wyvern in, you'd run off to a little wall pad, you'd turn the doors off, well, basically just close the doors using the electric pad, and then that was it. And then somebody else came up with some brighter ideas later on, where basically all you're doing is you're taking advantage of the wyvern having a very large turning circle. It takes forever for one of these wyverns to turn around, so it's a big trap, but it does work. It's never failed on me, I must admit. Except when it comes to issues like rendering, where I've actually gone out of render range and come back, and somehow the wyverns actually respawned outside of the trap. That's about the worst case scenario I've had. But I've never seen one go into the trap and then be able to turn around and fly back out the way it came in. So there's quite a few like clever traps out there that do that, but I'm quite keen to try a simple one. Just a bunch of behemoth gates, basically. The only thing is, though, the whole plan of that building there is for me to get an egg in the first place. And there is no way I am turning Rainbow here into somebody's snack, shall we say. I'm not going to get it turned into a piece of fried chicken. I need something else to basically lure those wyverns out. I mean, I can shoot the things. That's the plan. I mean, I can just go up there and shoot them, but at some point I'm going to have to actually go inside of the trench, steal an egg, and then run away. I mean, there are different strategies for that, actually. You can build traps along here, along the wall, for instance. So I mean, the Wyverns tend to be dumb anyway, so as long as you can get through and they follow you through, you eventually get out of render range and then they'll just de-aggro. The only trouble is they'll then have a tendency to start wandering around, and I know there's already somewhere in the middle of this map and somewhere right on the far east there's a Wyvern wandering around there, and I don't like having Wyverns wandering around when I don't have a Wyvern of my own to take care of them, basically. I mean, that thing's I'm banking on that thing being able to stop them, but that's only while they're here. So that's the plan, is basically get rid of them. Don't just like lure them out and then run away hoping you'll never see them again. It's a case of, I want to get rid of them. I need something to be able to go in there, get a Wyvern egg, get back out again and lure it back here. And I don't have anything to do that. Just dawned on me. I didn't bring anything from the island, so yeah. We're going back to the island very shortly. Houston, we seem to have a problem. When I'm Biff, see, defeated all those bosses, including the Overseer. But apparently I'm not Biff. Let me in! It's me! I can hear you inside, I know someone's in. Open the door! Well, this is awkward, isn't it? I had the same problem last time. I think it's just because I've got private servers. They don't have like any connection to the internet at all. So I think it's because Wildcard don't recognise. It's weird. I don't have this problem if I run different maps on the same computer. I'm running these as independent servers, if you will. I mean, they're running on the same computer, but I'm confused. I thought it was because of something else, but it's not. So I'm gonna have to find a way to take control of the tribe. It's a case of I've got to go and find the console command, and then once I do that, I'll be able to get back inside. See you shortly. Okay then, so we are back on Scorched Earth, and it's time to put Terry the Pteranodon to the test. So, I don't know what, I think he got a mutation at some point. So all of the Pteranodons have got this purple colour. I've only just noticed like the yellow claws. That's exciting. Well, I've taken him out for a spin. He's got a bit of extra health and a bit of extra stamina. They've all been given ramshackle saddles because that's the best I had at the time. Yeah, it's a moment of truth because I need to have a wander around here and try to avoid Wyverns as best I can, really. I have a nasty habit of hiding in places you wouldn't expect them to hide. So there isn't anything over there, so it's possible you can see that ledge over there. I mean, that could have been a potential nest. Definitely don't want things like mantis jumping off ledges and yanking me either. It's even quiet down here. I don't like it. I don't like it when it's quiet. This is pretty nerve-wracking because you don't know if a wyvern's just going to suddenly jump out from the shadows. And I'm going very slowly as well because the stamina on this thing, it's not going to take much. I mean, chicken. Well, I say she. He is a he. You'll be able to do some sprinting. But I need to be able to get far enough away and quickly enough in case one of these things suddenly jump out. Oh. Part of me wants to see high level wyverns in here, because then I'll get a high level egg. On the other hand, I know full well if one of those high level wyverns hits me, it's gonna get. Ooh! Right, I'm just gonna make a mad dash out here because I'm getting nervous already. Right, I'm gonna head over in that direction then. Don't mind sprinting because we can land on the ground and get our stamina back before we go back in again. Plug yourself down here, mate. Funny feeling. I can see me ending up building another one of those over on that ridge over there. Oh. Oh, is that? That looks like a nest over there. I'm not seeing any wyverns, but it looks like there's a nest over there. There's a one over there as well. But there's no egg in it. That could be a challenge. A nest? Oh! It just suddenly popped into view. Judging by the colour, I'm going to hazard a guess as to say that's a fire one. Was there one along here somewhere? Oh yeah, so it looks like we've got two... Oh no 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 no! This is bad. I haven't got Squeaky on me. I deliberately left Squeaky in the base, knowing full well I didn't want to get her involved in it, him involved in anything. So this is going to be interesting. I've now got to get out of here. Just hope there's no wyverns on my tail. Oh man, this is not going to plan. Come on, I've got enough problems with wyverns. I don't need a blooming sandstorm. Right, I'll get this out of the way, then I'll bring you back. Right, well, this is not exciting by any stretch of the imagination. That thing, that is a level 3 egg. Believe it or not, level 3. One down there, I think it's a level 10. It's like, man. Oh, it's true. I mean, there's no sign of any wyverns, I must admit. Which is all the more worrying, to be honest. It's got me seriously bothered. I mean, you've got to clear out the eggs anyway, to be fair. And then you hope that sort of like higher level one will come along and lay a better egg for you, but I'm more bothered about the fact that I'm not seeing any over here. It's too uncomfortable. Because there's quite a lot of them around at some point. I don't know where they are. Because I don't know where they are, it's got me really on edge. As you can see these ledges where they could lay the eggs. Oh, there's a wyvern over there. There's a lightning wyvern over there. So part of me wants to actually just lure out to one of those wyverns and then make a mad dash and see if... Crikey, there's a lot of them here. Holy moly, there is a lot of them over there. This could go shockingly wrong. Is that a blue one? Ooh, 135. 145, jeez Louise. I mean, they're males, so obviously they're not going to lay any eggs. Yeah, your head's in the way, Terry. There's a poison. I like that poison. I mean, it's the underbelly on it. Oh. Unfortunately, it's a poison one. I really want like lightning ones, but it fills you with hope. That doesn't fill me with hope. It's an Arthropleura. Oh. No. I don't have anything. I mean, I don't want to sort of like lure every single wyvern out there out, but tell you what, seeing as our plan is to steal an egg, we're going to do that, and then we'll see what happens. What the heck? I mean, the levels are just, I mean, they seriously, you could have come up with something better than that. But anyway, let's give it a go. I'm kind of keen to see A, how heavy these things are, and B, whether I can sprint all the way over there, because I've got a horrible feeling we're going to end up pulling a lot of these things. Its weight is 50. That wasn't the plan. I was actually trying to see how much weight she could carry. Terry could carry first. Oh no! What have I done? No! Maybe it's because they're not in aggro range. That's a possibility. I mean, there's no way I'm going back in there with an egg on me. Right, tell you what, put it away. Safekeep. I'm not going to use them, but you can actually use them for a kibble. So I think that was a level 10, wasn't it? That sucks. So, I mean, hopefully somebody will come along with something better. Tell you what, yeah, give us the rifle. I know. I get the distinct impression I'm more nervous than Terry the Pteranodon, because Terry hasn't a clue what I'm getting involved with here. So a sprint from there to there was reasonably okay. Not doing too bad at this distance. Tell you what. Oh, jeez Louise. I wonder if that's the low level one. Oh, level 5. So if I say if I had a trap, we could have lured her out to there. I mean, the actual milk wouldn't last long anyway, so until I get a high level leg, there's no real rush to get a trap built. Jeez Louise, I'm seriously on edge here. I am seriously on edge. Right, what I want to do is I want to pull one of those Wyverns, because I need to test Terry. See what he's going to be like on a sprint. Now I know there's not a Plua around here somewhere. There it is. Oh, I was hoping I could pull. Ooh, jeez Louise. I'll hide among the dunes. Man, this is not comfortable. I am not comfortable doing this. It's a 135. Oh. Right, tell you what. Here goes nothing. See if we can lure it. See if it's stupid enough to aggro onto me. Yes, it is. I think that's aggroed onto me. Hit the deck, dude. Bit of zigzagging. I'm not comfortable. Right, it's lost aggro. Right, let's see if we can... Oi, stupid! Well, I don't know who's the more stupid, to be honest. Zigzag! Zigzag! It's dangerous, dude. I'm not hearing the guns going off. This is not good. Why are the guns not working? There they are. Right, the gun's now working. Hey, you? You can have the pleasure of eating this thing. Right. And we should get a talon. Yeah, cool. I'll add them to the grinder. So yes, this is going to be I can see this is going to be a nerve-wracking experience, but at least it works anyway. That's a plus side. Now, that thing was breathing right through the building. Did you get singed? Nope. What about you? Nope. So nobody got singed. I mean, I was out there and I'm sure I actually saw fire breath coming out through here. Oh, sweet. Well, we've got one egg. We know this place seems to work. I guess we're just going to have to spend a lot of time with whatever hair I've got left before I pull it all out, and yeah. Eventually we'll get an egg. A decent one. Well, we finally managed to get a high level Wyvern egg. It's a 150 fire Wyvern egg. It's not the best. I mean, you can get up to like 190 Wyverns on this map. I mean, I've seen some 185s. We've taken a few of those down over time. But I mean, I'm just going to settle for that one for now because it gets me my first Wyvern, and then I'll be able to use that to come back here, and things will be a lot easier going forward. This base, well, I ended up adapting. I've had to change my strategy because, I mean, that's a long distance to go in there, over in that direction. It's even further in that direction. So after a while, this didn't become overly practical. I mean, there's not that much stamina on these Pteranodons. And actually, this is Terry version 3. We've lost 2 Pteranodons. I don't know why, but I've brought 4 Pteranodons over to this map, and all 4 are males, which is like freaky, but never mind. The first 2 I lost because of lightning Wyverns. They just terrorize you. I don't know what it is about them, but they seem to target you. I don't remember that. I'm pretty sure I could dodge lightning Wyverns before. No problems with the fire Wyverns or the poison Wyverns, but the lightning Wyverns, as soon as they target you, that's it. You're toast. At least these Pteranodons are. Even low level ones would quick to kill them. I mean, we've come across here, and I've got a. It's actually a journeyman saddle. I brought that across from the island. I forgot I had a blueprint for the ramshackle one, but I had that one lying in spare in the cupboard, so I've been using this one once I realised I had that. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad trap. It's just the trouble is it's too far to keep going backwards and forwards. I mean, I've been trying to pull things from like right in that middle of that trench over there, for instance. It's just not practical because, you know, it's a long way to go when you haven't got much stamina with you. But it's also a case of as soon as a lightning Wyvern locks onto you, it's very difficult to survive, basically. So you've got to dodge inside a building like that. So I did a bit of extra work. What I did is I built another structure. So as I say, this trench it just goes on and on and on. So I built this thing over here, thinking, oh, that'll be a lot better. So we've got this one down here. So a bunch of ceilings. Oh, ow! I don't know why. Everything these days seems to be wandering off at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Even the blooming Jabot is doing it. But we've got these turrets over here. So these are automated turrets. Got 3 of them. And it's not so bad if there's just, say, like 1 Wyvern coming out of there. I mean, I've got a bed, I've got a storage where I can put things and what have you. But yeah, if there's 1 Wyvern, it's not so bad. When there's 5 of them coming at you, all hell breaks loose, and you know, a Pteranodon doesn't stand a chance. So I learned that lesson pretty quick. So yeah, right up here on the ridge, I pretty much replicated what we had back there. So I started off with that little structure down there, and I built sort of like a replica of that one here. But once I found it was a case of, you know, several Wyverns at you at once just doesn't work, I then adapted and I've built like a miniature version of that. This is much smaller. I can just about fit a Pteranodon in, because I need to hide in here basically. If there's like 2 lightning Wyverns on you, you've got no chance. So I just literally come in here and I just hit the deck. I am literally lying on the floor. I mean, I'll get problems like from the poison Wyverns maybe. Fire Wyverns, lightning Wyverns are fine. And from what I learned from over there, it's a case of really you want the heavy turrets, not the auto turrets. You want the heavy turrets. These are much better. They fire 4 bullets at a time. These are relatively new because I originally had these as auto turrets like them, because as I say, that this place here was a replica of that one in the middle, and then that came back and bit me in the butt because, yeah, I built it, you know, with the pillars and the ceilings, and then I decided, well, it's just not practical when you've got like several Wyverns coming at you at the same time. So I started building this little side hut. I took the actual storage box down, picked everything up, and it really went horrendous because the trouble is I hadn't I hadn't set the turrets up or anything, and all these wyverns were suddenly coming at me, so that was it. So I died in there. So that didn't last long, because obviously I totally forgot. If you basically, well, you know, you go out here and you go looking for a nest, you pick up an egg, and the wyverns will come for you. If you pick up an egg, you know, that you've left in a storage box, if you transfer it from yourself to a dino, from a dino back to yourself, it attracts wyverns, and I completely forgot about that. I was only thinking about every time I picked them up from their nest, so basically I just picked everything up out of this storage box, demolished it, and next thing I know there's tons of wyverns coming at me. I think there's one, out of curiosity, there's one down there. Just keeping an eye out. I mean, one of the reasons for building that one up there is because the ridge, as I say, this trench rather, it goes on for quite a ways. It goes all the way up there, but I actually found there's a nest here. Couldn't find any along the middle there. I've only found a total of 3 nests so far. Ooh, there's a poisoner. Just out of curiosity, let's try this. See if I can do this again. So we'll put Terry Mark III in here. Drive me nuts. Right, so these all eggs we're getting so far, on this area here I've died 3 times. So just out of curiosity, we're going to pick up that poison wyvern egg. See if it attracts any attention, because it has done before. It's a few times. It's another strategy I've adapted to, where I'll either go out there with the actual Pteranodon and we'll lure things. Ooh! Hit the neck. The trouble is, they can come from quite a distance, so you never know until like the last minute. It's like, yeah, so like, I think it's like sets an alarm off with these things where they know that somebody's picked the egg up. It's like you're walking around with a big beacon on your head, you know, advertising the fact that you've got an egg. I mean, the good thing is those heavy turrets take them down a lot quicker. No signs of one at the moment, so we'll put this back. But I've tried different strategies. I mean, I've lured them out with just with the Pteranodon. So me and the Pteranodon go out. And that's pretty much it. You know, we'll go close-ish, aggro something, and that's usually enough. But the trouble then is, ooh, oh, see, this is the trouble. It can take. Oh, blimey, there's 2 of them. But the guns here will take them out pretty quickly. So originally, those were just the normal auto turrets, so it would take quite a while to take these things down. Now we're using the heavy turrets and they go down a lot quicker. The only thing is you go through bullets a heck of a lot more quicker. Let's clean these things up. I've lost interest in talons. I'm just getting that many now. It's just getting crazy. It was taking ages to take them down with the auto turret, but now with a heavy turret they go down much quicker. Yeah, so there's a nest. I know there's definitely a nest here, but it's taken me ages to get any decent levels. Let's just see if there's a one here. That's another poison one. Last time I was down here, I think I got like a level 30 or something. Nothing to brag about. Level 5. Ooh, wow. One thing I've got to be careful of though is the blooming Pteranodon will literally walk away. And that can be a pain. So I'm like, I jump off, you know, onto the nest. Next thing I know, the Pteranodon's just literally walked off the edge. So that can be annoying to say the least. Even if you'd like whistle it and tell it to follow you, it still just keeps walking away. Even the Jabot does it for some strange reason. So I've got to be really careful anyway. Right, well, let's head back in this direction, because, like I say, I mean, we built that one over there, and that's been useful because there's a nest there. I haven't found any nests in this middle section, so I haven't really done much with that structure there since. There's no real incentive to do much there because, oh, why bother if there's no nests? My interest really is just been getting eggs. But I have adapted because I say there's the stamina problem on this thing. You can only get so far. And then it runs out of stamina. Alternatively, it's a case of, you know, if we get like a lightning wyvern on our tail, it doesn't last long anyway. Let's take Titanosaur out of the way. So what I started to do is I started to bring the structures closer to the actual trench after that. And it solves a lot of problems. It's made my life a heck of a lot easier. So what I might do is I might say shoot one of these things to lure it over in this direction. Because what I've done is I've built, yeah, right down there's 3 heavy turrets. I mean, these things are really expensive. You need 270 electronics. That's 810 silica pearls each one costs me. But they're well worth it. Definitely well worth it. So just out of curiosity, it doesn't always work this. If I swap an egg out, oh, hang on a minute, you've hardly got any stamina left. It doesn't always work this strategy of swapping the egg backwards and forwards. What I've found is they're not all that keen to hang on to aggro. If you just go and annoy them, if you can get away from them, eventually they'll just leave you alone and go away. If you've got an egg though, oh, for crying out loud. If you've got an egg, they'll stick to you like glue. And it can come from a heck of a distance as well. But on the other hand, sometimes they're just not interested. So let's see. No. So even at this range, sometimes they're just not interested, which I find odd. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, you can try it. I don't know what I don't know what they get up to, because I say it just they can be very fussy at times. Let's get rid of this. So that was using the T to transfer. Oh, drag it over there. Anybody? Nope. Not interested. So you can't. I mean, it's a great method. I mean, it's been known to work very early on. But it's like times are just like, yeah, whatever. It's weird. I honestly don't know why it works sometimes and sometimes why it doesn't. The alternative is, I mean, what I can do is I can just go and hassle them. Seems to be my only other option. Whoa. Pretty early, you know, it's quick for the actual turrets to take them down. Yeah, definitely weird. So we'll head over to here, because over here we've got another 2 nests that I've found. That's the main reason I've got that building up there, is I know there are 2 nests down here. Tell you what, we'll put this egg away in case there's any. Well, most of the eggs I've got are very, very low level. You know, like 5s, 10s, up to 30s. I then started getting a few 90s. But it took me a long time to get any 150s. Well, I've only got one 150, I must admit. I have run into that weird bug once where I've picked an egg up. I think that was, I'm sure that was unique to Ragnarok, but there's been a time where I've picked an egg up and I didn't get anything. And that was, as I say, that was a known bug in Ragnarok as far as I recall. Now over here I've got another set of turrets plus another wind turbine. Because I started off building this one because I was trying to clear this area out. By putting that there, I can get much further along this trench. So I could go practically all the way up to here, for instance, swap an egg, and I'll be pulling, you know, wyverns all the way from over there. I'm so far away from them that by the time I get back to the turbine and those things have caught up with me, the turrets just take them down anyway. So they're well worth it. They're very expensive, but they're well worth it. So let's out of curiosity see... Ooh, that's a lightning wyvern. Ay. I don't fancy my chances there, but it was bad enough because there was an alpha wyvern in the middle at one point. Wait till we get our stamina back. See how close that lightning wyvern is. I can't always tell because sometimes the poison wyverns... Oh, I don't have my spyglass. Sometimes the poison wyverns have the same colouring. I don't know whether it's to do with some sort of event thing that's going on or I just don't know. What's that? 15? Oh, 115. Do a quick spin because that'll get me a bit of distance quickly. Here it comes. Just have to be careful because you can pull them from quite a distance as well. We've only got half our stamina left. That's the trouble, it's the stamina on this thing, it just doesn't last. So I'll just get that back. Out of curiosity, I'll go and try this egg on them lot over there, just to see if it makes any difference. Because I find it very strange, because I say this was a well-known technique early on, just swapping the egg from one inventory to another. Because I've literally died at times where my characters got killed by a lightning worm. So then what I did was I went back to the body, picked it up, and I got killed again because it attracted all these wyverns. So from me to there. Oh, see. Doesn't make sense. So what's so special about that egg? Oh man, there's a lot of them. Oh, we're on fire. We're a crispy Pteranodon. Sorry about that, Terry. I wasn't expecting that many. But it's a lot better, I must admit, having those turrets. There's only 3 of them. I mean, I would say like if you had 4 of them, it'll go a lot better. But it's, blooming sandstorms, no. Ah, right. Anywho, I'd have to say having those turrets is a lot better. It's a lot easier. It's just very expensive. But you definitely need at least a tent or a base somewhere because of these blooming sandstorms. I mean, I'm not taking the jabot with me at any point because it wouldn't last anyway. So I've just got to be very careful. That's all. But that strategy there with those heavy turrets and the wind turbine. I mean, you can use like a normal power generator, one that runs off gasoline if you want. Oh! Oh no! No! We're gonna be crispy. No, this is not what I need. I don't think we're going to get back. I think Terry 3's a toast here. I honestly don't know where the heck that thing came from. I'm sticking to the floor as best I can. Because I feel safer on the floor. Come on! I should really go in the actual base, but it's a case of I daresn't now that I've got that blooming lightning wyvern on my tail. Oh dear lord, this is not going to plan. I need to be in the actual base. But I don't feel safe enough. Oh dear, come on. Once we get over to these turrets I'll be fine. I think. Oh no! Now we've got a blooming mantis on our tail. Right, can we get... flipping heck. I've got to get over to that base. We're going to have to literally walk it. I cannot believe this. Man, this is just extreme. In one respect, I feel extremely lucky because like we didn't get killed. On the other hand, it's like of all the times you could have the blooming sandstorm start on you. I can't see it. We can't fly there, so we're just having to walk. I mean, Terrier here is going to end up unconscious unless I can get him into that hut. Oh man. Because he doesn't have so much weight, I can't carry the tent around. Well, I probably could, like, it's not that bad. I mean, I don't know why I'm doing that. I should really be making for this base as soon as I possibly can. Come on! Oh, for crying out loud, this is just getting crazy. Man, this Scorched Earth is it's a doozy, this place. But I mean, the good thing is, I mean, at least now I've got a 150 Wyvern egg, so my life will be a heck of a lot easier after this. Oh, come on. I mean, the big downside of that base is having the spiked walls. I really need to take them off and replace the turrets up there with the heavy ones. Come on, come on. Get inside. Come on. Oh. Dear Lord. This is just crazy. Well, here, have some of this. Oh, you've already got plenty of meat anyway, so it doesn't really... Oh. Hang on, are you carrying it? Oh, you're carrying it. The trouble is, if I transfer that egg across to me, I'm going to invite all sorts of trouble over here. So I think I'm going to leave it at that, and we're going to head back. I'm going to take Rainbow back to the main base. Well, it's definitely been interesting, I'll say that. But that's it for this episode. I think that's too much stress for me. I do hope you enjoyed watching it. If so, then do please leave a like, because that'll help me out a great deal. For whatever reason, YouTube seems to think, you know, if people like a video, then, oh yes, if we push it out to more people, maybe more people will like the video, and it just keeps going on, getting more and more views. So, yes, I do appreciate any likes. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see more content like this, then yes, do please subscribe. Just remember to click the little bell icon though, and then you get notifications when I send new content out. If you've got any comments, got any suggestions, if you want to leave any feedback at all, please post that in the comment section below. Until the next episode, thanks very much for watching. Bye!